Hello everybody. I am outside. I'm underneath a tree, so you can hear birds now, and you might hear some cars pass by. But today we are going to learn about the Python programming language. It runs on Windows, Linux, Mac OS X. So first thing you want to do is go to python.org and go to download. And you come to this screen. I do not recommend using 3.3 for new people because this video does not cover it, and there are some changes between 3.3 and 2.7. So I recommend downloading 2.7. If you have 64-bit Windows, you use x86, that 64 installer right here, second one. Using 32-bit of Windows, you use the 2.7.5 Windows installer right here. And if you're using Mac OS 10.6 or later, select x86/64 installer of Mac OS 10. Or if you're the very few who still use PowerPC or 32-bit of Mac OS 10 10.3 or later, select this one right here. Using Linux, I suggest you use this command to get Python: sudo apt get install idle, and press enter, put in your password, and it automatically take care of everything for you. So let's begin. If you're using Windows, you're going to have to use it this way. Since I don't know how to set up Python on Windows, you're going to have to do it this way. You're going to have to go into the shell, go to new window, and type the code here. And then if you ever need to run it, go to run module or press F5. I will not cover that, but whenever you see me type in something, I say execute or whatever, go to run, press F5, and it will automatically run it for you. If you're using Mac OS 10, you can follow what I do, since it's pretty much the same thing. Windows, it's a little bit more complicated, sorry. Or you can use your favorite text editor, whether it's Notepad, text editor on Mac OS 10, or Nano, what I'm going to be using on Linux. If you are using Notepad and all these, I don't recommend doing it, using those. What I do recommend is using a text highlighter based editor such as Nano, which is what I'm going to use. So let's get started. First thing we want to do is import random, which is import is a statement, random is a module, which we're going to be using later, and we're going to define a function. Now this is a little bit advanced, but it is better than what it could be. So we're going to call it our function, define our function. We're going to put a little whatever those things are called, and we're going to have to put an indent. Everything under here is going to be part of our function. So we want to do dice equals random or module, and then we're going to have the function choice. We're going to give it a list. Since this is dice, and I'm assuming you're playing Monopoly, in case your friend loses dice or don't have their dice for some odd strange reason, we're going to do it like this: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Since dice don't start with 1 if you're using 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there you go. And it does seem basic, and I'm going to show you how to make it more advanced and different than what physical dice do. So you want to do dice, which is our variable, and and it picks a random number from there. Next thing we want to do is we want to print that. We want to print dice to the screen. And we want to go back to our function. Now we don't need that right now, but you're going to see why I did that later. And if we run this, this is when you press F5, people who are using idle. I'm just going to type Python, hi, and Mac OS X users can do this too. You see nothing happens. That's because we have not told our function to go back. Oops, I made a mistake here, by the way. It's supposed to be our function. But even if we did run that, it would not work. That's because we have not called it yet. We want to call it by getting it out of the function, our function. Now when we do it, it's going to work. But you see here that it has done it too many times. If you're using idle, you're going to see it go through a list of numbers, and then you're eventually going to see this. But as you can see, we have called too much at once. What you want to do here is do a raw input function. How it's a function is because you use parentheses. And we want to do a string to print to the screen. Like say, we want to say press enter to roll. Now this is a, just because we put enter, does that mean that we have changed what button we press to do this, to execute it? We could press, say, press F to roll, but it won't do anything because it's not in it. So now if we run it, we're going to say press enter to roll, and it's going to go through a list. So far so good. To end it, you can just press Control C. And go back to Nano. Now, that's pretty much what it is if you want to do some basic stuff. So I'm going to show you how to be more awesome with it, how to do it more virtually and do more than what virtual dice can do. And how I'm going to do this is, I'm going to say, let's say we want to go to jail. Okay? Now we run this, and it says jail. So we don't have to work with numbers, we can also use it as strings. Pretty cool. So we could go to print dice. Now there's another thing that we could do here. If dice equals, we want to do that because we're not defining jail to dice. Actually what you want to do here is use a not equals. The exclamation mark equals not equals jail. Then we want it to do, and remember when you're doing if statements or anything like that, we need this little symbol right here, and we need an indent. I should move this down a line. And our if statement is part of our function. If we did it like this, it would be out of our function and it would never go to it. So if dice not equals jail, then we want it to go to print move string, comma, dice, comma, spaces. And what this is going to do is, obviously, if it's not jail, it's going to tell us to move dice. Now, else, which means that it is jail, it would say, we would tell it to go to a new function, which is called jail. As you can see, we don't have jail listed, and we can't put it at the bottom because, like I said in our previous episode, we have to, it runs it line by line, so we have to put it at the top and not the bottom. Very important. And we can remove this since we don't need this anymore. And here, oops, here we're going to define jail. Define jail, and now we got a new function here called jail, and we're going to put print go to jail. So when we run this, we get a error, and that's because we're not indented. Always remember to indent. And we got to indent again down here. Always remember to indent after your symbol right there. So here we go. Move 11 spaces. Now what has it done this time? Well, that's because we have not defined our function again. And I know this is probably sounding complicated. We want to define it because if move spaces, then it can call it back. When it gets says go to jail, oh, we also want to do it this way. After that, well, actually no, we don't have to do that because it's gonna, if none of this is true, then it's gonna go back to our function. So here we go. Press enter row, and as you can see, it works just fine as before. Go to jail. Oops, looks like I was wrong that time. We are going to have to define, call it back. Our function. That should work. Let's try it. Yeah, there it goes. Now it works. Go to jail. Now, this is pretty much it. But let's say you play by rules that sometimes I like to play by. We want to play by snake eyes. So how we do this is we define snake eyes, which is double ones, which is 2. And we want to say print collect. I believe it's $1,000. I'm not sure. I believe it is though. Collect $1,000 and move 2 spaces. And of course we know it's 2 spaces because 1 plus 1 equals 2. So, and we go back to our function. Okay. There are ways to do this, but due to readability, I think it's better to do it this way. So we have our function done. So here we go. Now we don't have anything that actually goes to snake eyes. So we're going to say if dice equals. Remember that? Equals the string of 2. Remember, these are strings. They're not integers. We want to put our space here, and remember our symbol right there, and remember our indentions. Then we want to go to snake eyes. Okay. Press enter a row, go to jail, but we don't have our snake eyes. So how are we going to put that in? Well, we just go in our random choice over here, and you can put it anywhere, it doesn't really matter. We could just go to what would we call it? 2. Oh wait, never mind, we did have it. Sorry. Not thinking right now. And of course I made a mistake when I did that. We're forgetting our bracket. We need brackets. So let's try this till we get snake eyes. Obviously it's not working because we moved 2 spaces and it hasn't done anything. So let's check our code. If dice equals 2. Oh, it looks like I made another mistake. I was wrong yet again. Programming is all about trial and error. Remember that. Don't get frustrated. Still not working. Okay, let me take a look at this. There's mosquitoes around here. Okay, let's see. If dice equals 2, we can go to snake eyes. Snake eyes is up here. So why isn't this working? Let's look. Dice equals 2. function. Snake eyes. For debugging, you can do it this way too. Just to make sure that it's going here. And of course, our indentation. I need to remember that. And run it. Wait until we get a 2. And it is not going there. So that tells us that we have to redefine this. Maybe it's that. Maybe I was right. Nope. Was wrong. Interesting. Maybe if we did that, maybe it would work. Dice is not defined. Okay, so wherever the function, that's because we are part of it. What's wrong here? Print high. This should work. If dice equals 2, it's not calling that for some reason. Maybe it will after this. Nope, still not working. It should be working. We gotta wait to, and it's not working. This was working earlier. I'm doing something wrong because the syntax. Unless, well, let's assume that you're not playing by the. Let's see if this works. It might just be. Unless, I think I know what I was doing wrong. No, I broke it. Okay, hang on. Okay, gotta call our function again. I should do it from down here. Do that. We want to do that from within the function. Now it's not working anymore. What did I do wrong? I don't want to do this video because I'm ready. For function. Dice isn't going. Okay, wait. No, dice isn't getting clear. Oh, wait. Was it doing it earlier? When we were doing 0? Okay, dice isn't getting. I don't think dice is getting defined over here. Okay, now it worked. Okay, yeah, now I see. Okay, yeah. Okay, now we're gonna do mosquitoes. If we gotta put our indentation. If let's see if this works. If dice equals 2, then snake. An indentation. Move that. Okay, there it goes. Now it's working. And our gel is working too. No, wait, it's not. Okay. Dice equals 2. If dice equals gel, then then we do. Oops. Actually, I keep making that mistake. Not equals gel, because if we did it as gel, it would nothing would ever happen. Else, dice. Then we want to go. Wait, hang on. else, print, move, dice. This should work. Okay. Did I forget my indentions again? I forgot my indention. Higher programming like C and C++, which I'm used to, do not do indentions. And that gets everybody without its syntax. Okay, I forgot my symbol right there. Save it. Well, we got it backwards somewhere. If dice not equals 0. Okay, yeah, I see what I did wrong here. I do have it backwards. Trial and error. I'm making mistakes everywhere. Oh well, at least I'm covering your tracks, so you'll probably make the same mistakes too. Maybe. I can't spell, I can't type, I can't do anything. Okay, move 2 spaces, that works. Okay, you know, jail works. Now we want to get rid of dice. That was just for debugging. Move 5 spaces. Okay. So we select 2 spaces. Go to jail. Now on this move 2 spaces, we don't want it to have 2 spaces listed. So we just in that. And we're gonna look here again. 3 spaces. F9 equals 0 no spaces. That was jail. Go to jail. Problem is because we are doing this statement right here, and then we're moving down to dice 2. One way we could avoid doing this is to do it like this. We could just put anything here. I don't think we need that. Take it out of our if statement and put print move dice spaces. And I believe that would be right, I think. And of course, we got my indentation. Wait. What was the error? It says that our else statement is. I think the problem is because of this. I'm just gonna say. How did I do this last time? If not equals 0, we want to print. Move spaces. Not equals 0, else 0. Okay, I think I got this. We want to move this. Yeah, I think that would do it. Okay. We want to type if dice equals 2. Oh, we gotta put it back on our function. Indentation snake. I'm using underscores because spaces aren't allowed. Just in case you were wondering. I thought I'd put in our indentation. Oh, of course, I forgot that indentation. Into the row. Okay, so here we go. Now it works. Yeah, you gotta put it above that so it doesn't go through the gel and prints it out, and then it checks for the 2, and then it says that. So this is pretty much it, and this is all that I'm going to cover. So this is all of it. This is the code. This is it. You can add more functions if you want. You can play around with this code. You can do whatever you want with it. But there is one problem, and I want you to solve it. As you can see, everything is assumed not to be a double. So how would we do a double? Using strings, how would you define this in our random list? Look at our J right here as a hint. So how would you do that? And you can play around with this to add more numbers, to have more possibility to use one number more than another number. Remember that this isn't really random. It's going by time or milliseconds, which should be good enough for us in this case. But that's it. How to do our dice and how to use it for Monopoly should you ever use it. There is one thing though. If you are going to do this, please tell the other players that you please show the other player your source code so they can understand it. Don't just do it because it might seem like you're cheating or something, and you know. So just show them the code before you do it. So that should be fine. And the reason why I did our function like this is because that is, our function is defined within our function, so it always will loop back. We could use a while statement for a variable, but that's bad coding and we don't want to do that. And then when it doesn't, and to begin the code, we use that. Since it has everything in the interpreter, it can go back, but if we did something underneath it, like def function, it would not go back underneath here. It would say that the function does not exist, so always put at the top, which is called a global. So we have global, 0, and all this. So that should be it. If you have any questions or suggestions, put them in the comments. If you have an idea of how to do the doubles, put that in the comment section too. Remember to hang on. But yeah, if you have any comment suggestions, put in the comments. Next video, it's gonna be fun. That would be for Friday. I don't know if I'll be able to have it up in time on Friday, but on Friday it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be something we never did before, so I'm kind of nervous. I'm kind of excited, but some of you already know what it is. Don't say it in the comments. It's a surprise, but it's gonna be really fun, and I hope you enjoy that one. So goodbye, YouTube. See you probably next week. So good day, YouTube. Bye. What did I just say? Good. Forget what I just said. Bye.